Live. Hi. Welcome to whoever's here. Yeah, I can see in the back. Okay, and that's my twin sister back there. I'm doing herbs. It's okay. I don't have I will make it like friendly for foods. Mhm. How can I tell the time? Oh, I can share my screen. Nice. Maybe I'm gonna share
more
what I'm watching.
disciplined, versatile, depth-oriented
Oh, this
actors
is so
compared
cool.
to US's more commercial
I was trying
path.
to figure that
American
out.
filmmaker Ava DuVernay told BuzzFeed in 2015,
Yeah.
"Their work is really steeped in theater. Our system of creating actors is a lot more commercial. There's a depth in the character building that's really wonderful." A lot of people kind of forgot, but back in 2017, during the release of Jordan Peele's Get Out, which starred Daniel Kaluuya, a black actor from London, as the lead, playing an American black man who was basically lured into like this
Chinese and
psychological
fried.
horror situation by his white girlfriend. Now, I don't know about you, but I cannot picture anyone else
Oh,
but
there we go. I'm
Daniel
like,
playing
where
the
is the
character
time
of
frame
Chris
to look it up?
Washington. But Samuel Jackson had a different take, which he voiced in a Hot 97 interview, where he, shared his views,
Here,
reimagining
because
Chris
I'm
being
like,
played by an American brother instead. I tend to wonder what that movie would have been with an American brother who really feels that. Daniel grew up in a country where they've been interracially dating for 100 years. What would a brother from America have made of that? According to Hollywood provides actors more opportunities than the British film and television industry does. It's all good. Everybody needs work, he said. But since he made that statement, it's never been the same, making the situation even more toxic than it needed to be. Now, he did try to walk it back, but it was kind of too late. The damage was already done. Additionally, a week after the interview, he made comments that they were cheaper. They're cheaper than us, for one thing. They don't cost as much, and they think they're because they're classically trained. Although I'm not British, I do find Samuel Jackson's Hot 97's comment unnecessary and a little petty because he, out of all people, should know that actors are chosen for a myriad of reasons. And maybe it's specifically because he is British and they thought his upbringing would bring nuance to the character on the big screen. Who knows? And you
yeah, I'm
cannot
switching.
tell filmmakers how to make their films.
Um,
And at the
you
end of the
hold on
day, it's a
this.
story.
Just give me
Like
one
I said,
slide.
Daniel
Thanks,
did
Whitney.
good. And Samuel Jackson, he is the GOAT, but all he did was further the Black Diaspora Wars, and his comments just comes off as very shady. One actor talking about another. Get Out explores racism, and while racism isn't interchangeable in regards to your side of the world, if you're a black person, which is the core
I
message
need to
from
go to
Jackson's
my
remark,
face.
but if he wanted to blame Hollywood for real, he didn't have to drag the London Brother into it. Spike Lee, who tackled colorism, texturism, and racism in the black community in his
I don't know
films
if I should
long
put
before
like
it was
my
a
hair on
trend,
my
had similar
better.
sentiments about those from the
Like,
UK being better. In 2015, he
I don't know.
told Slate, "Their training is very proper, whereas some of these other brothers and sisters, they come in here and they don't got that training. The training and craft, it's the same thing. And I see it when people come into audition and stuff, they don't got it
Okay.
together."
Mic
However,
check
he rubbed
Toronto.
many black Brits the
Mic
wrong
check.
way after his
Okay.
Netflix series She Got to Have It, which is based on his 1986 film of the same name, included a scene where the characters had this same debate, echoing sentiments made by Samuel Jackson, from Brits taking American roles to them costing less. The scene also included that Brits have an advantage in playing intense social roles without the baggage of direct lived experience or cultural weight. I see what this belief struggles to imply within this context, that Brits didn't experience American slavery, but like Yeah, no shit. Of
But yeah, no shit.
course they didn't. Further implying that they can negotiate, but it also
There we go.
implies that during
Perfect.
slavery, Brits had like a soft
Because
life.
like,
It's just so dumb and it's just grasping for straws in order to
huh?
justify doing the work of acting, which is acting. It's also turning oppression
Or your phone.
into a competition. And to clarify, I'm not
Because on
saying
your
we all share
computer
the
you
same
can do
experience in
double screen.
regards to racism or trauma stemming from historical events, throughout the diaspora. Sure, there are similarities and an understanding, but it's
People that no one
unique
has stopped by, so
geographically. Now, many went on social media dragging Spike Lee
it's
as they
also
thought it was
Saturday.
disrespectful. It also led people believing that he, made the statement or that he was like making shit up to be disrespectful, especially regarding the less burdened by trauma line. In regards to slavery, leading him to cite like an article in response to a user where English actor David Harewood stated that, and now brace yourself for this one. Black British actors sometimes had the benefit of being able to unshackle themselves from the burden of US racial history. Again, such a flawed way to theologize why Brit actors should accept American roles. So, Brits being better is indicative of priorities within Hollywood, in my opinion, which tends to seek out stars, not necessarily actors, meaning someone that fills seats or someone that is physically attractive on screen, which is a different type of acting. Hence, people thinking Brits are better trained. We also have to remember that Hollywood makes it easier to get work without, being trained because honestly, you don't have to. But saying black actors from, America, are not serious is not true. Thousands of actors who graduated are working in theater, but they're not being cast in films because they aren't star worthy in the eyes of the beholder, that being Hollywood. This goes beyond Black Brits and Black Americans. The net has widened, now including all Black people. No one should be playing anyone with a different nationality. No mo, in my Birdman voice. For example, in the biographical musical drama Bob Marley, One Love, based on the reggae icon Bob Marley. And yes, as you expect, a non Jamaican was cast to play Bob Marley, that being British actor Kingsley Benadir. This angered many Jamaicans who believed a Jamaican could have been chosen instead, or at least someone who mastered Bob Marley's accent. Because while Bob Marley spoke Jamaican patois, he had a unique way of speaking that's on par with many Rastafarians or simply Rastas on the island. Lots of people expressed they preferred one of Bob Marley's sons or even a grandson to play the reggae icon. We're past the stage already. You can't go back. It no make no sense. We do it right. We do it right. We need someone who is proficient at the art of acting. We need an actor. People think it easy, but it not easy. It's a hard work, said Ziggy Marley, Bob Marley's eldest son, in an interview. Now, for those who aren't aware, I'm Jamaican, and I wasn't mad that they chose
Wait a
Old Boy
minute.
from
You think
Britain.
he's Jamaican?
And
Where
personally,
is
I,
it? Jamaican fan.
do not believe that a Jamaican had to be selected for the role. For me, in terms of films, I prefer like authenticity on screen over in real life because real life authenticity does not guarantee a great performance, which was, most important in that situation. Hell, real life authenticity might not even translate on screen. It's like saying, yo, let Mariah Carey play herself in her own biopic. Like, no, get someone else because Mariah Carey playing herself is going to be too distracting. And I get people saying that they wanted his relative or one of his relatives to play him, but also no. And I saw people saying, "Oh, Bob Marley wouldn't want a man, putting on a wig and playing him." But here's the thing: Bob Marley would not want anyone to play him in the first place. Would it have been nice if a Jamaican was chosen? Yeah. But I personally do not think anyone could play him accurately without it feeling like a mockery. I think Kingsley looks like Bob Marley to an extent in terms of the accent. I had to look up clips because I'm not a fan of biofilms. I never saw it. I rather watch like documentaries. But yeah, the Jamaican accent was not it. That was an accident. Bad. Michael Jackson.
It's a blood clot thief.
And with that in mind, historical accuracy is a main point I see causing a divide. Chiwetel Ejiofor played Solomon Northup in 12 Years a Slave. In Selma, David Oyelowo, a British Nigerian, was cast as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And one of the most recent callouts is Daniel Kaluuya, cast as Fred Hampton in 2021's Judas and the Black Messiah. I understand the outrage, but it's acting. And I hope I'm not coming off as insensitive. The truth is, many historical people or heroes' impact have transcended their national borders, becoming global icons where their stories, inspire everyone. We've seen many Black
Mhm.
Americans play historical figures
Can you
who
come
aren't
get it?
American, so
My hand is
I don't
full.
get why be
There's a
upset
kitchen
now
scissors that I forgot to
that
take back,
Brits
and then I
are
have a
doing
kitty
it.
scissors
It
right
just seems like some of y'all just want to fight. A point a lot of people are missing within this whole actor
here. Need one.
situation is that it's exposing a larger issue in Hollywood. I dare yet say the real issue. See past the online fighting among people who are not even actors, and you'll see that many actors are feeling some type of way, such as Samuel Jackson and even Anthony Mackie, who doesn't even like taking photos with his fans. And while hey, that's his choice, I don't necessarily care. But anyway, it's not about roles going to Brits or whosoever that is an American. Remember, these people are actors who also played non American characters.
Okay, I know I've been so quiet here. YouTube is like, girl, you just gonna stream other people's thing. Like for now, while I do my makeup, I'll probably just end up putting like copyright music, and then just leave it low. And I guess we can chat in the back
Okay.
if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna like eat and hang out for a little bit.
Do you want me to get off here and go to catch up with the twin stream, the stream, and then we could just do
No.
it for practice?
No, because I'm gonna like get ready eventually to head out. So no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So another day then.
Yeah, another day. Yeah.
Another day.
Yeah, do your thing first. I didn't do so good.
It's okay, Mija.
Even historically, non American characters, this is not a one sided thing. It's really about the money. And let me tell y'all something that's going to get me in trouble, but a lot of the Black male actors in Hollywood, because I do not see any Black American actress pushing this rhetoric, a lot of them are bought out. You'll never hear them talk about real issues. But now, here some of them are pointing fingers at other Black people who you can't even differentiate from other Black Americans in the first place.
It got stuck in the branch that it was growing on, and then it also has a line.
And this is why I have to tip my hat off at the Black women in the business like Taraji P. Henson, Kerry Washington, Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, and even Monique and many other Black actresses for saying what needs to be said. The money stopped moneying, or their public commentary focuses more on systemic issues with white Hollywood. And sure, some famous Black male actors do speak out, but it's so isolated, or they start talking when they are down bad. I just think this is such a bitch move. And there's this thing in the air where niggas do not know that they are bitching. Furthermore, we are yet to hear white actors make these complaints about British actors, as there are many white British actors in Hollywood, an institution that employs and shoot talent around the globe, which highlights there's a scarcity problem. But maybe white actors are gonna start complaining too, because right now Hollywood is running out of roles for the big dogs, which is creating an exodus of big name actors moving into the space of streaming or TV, which has been historically dominated by more people of color than the average and more new faces than usual, creating the TV actor effect, meaning people in TV typically just stay on TV and you don't see them anywhere else. This exodus is resulting in small screen actors who relied on these smaller channels for work being shut out. On Ryan Perez, Actor in Despair podcast, Kirk Ace Vito, he's been in Oz and other productions in film, but mainly TV. The actor opened up regarding the current migration from film to TV in the industry and how it's basically cutting out the middle class actor. So I went from working nonstop to now I got to sell my house. I got to sell my house, and everyone's going through this. I have so many friends, people you know, actors you don't, that had to sell their houses. TV is really the only place to really make a living now because it's not in film for guys like me. I can't even tell you what they want to offer us. It's not even a livable wage. And in TV now, all the movie stars, since there's no more films, not the way it used to be, they're all in TV. Every Oscar winner is doing some 8 to 10 to 13 episode show multiple times. I'm competing with Oscar winners. Yeah, it's like, okay, should we pay Kurt his role or this guy that was nominated for an Oscar 7, 8, 10 years ago? See the problem? Y'all remember what it was like in the 90s? There were so many black actors killing it in Hollywood. And I think people do not remember because if they did, they'd realize that this non-American actor thing is a psyop, disguising the fact that roles for black people are not enough in general in the larger market, which is Hollywood, which everyone wants to be in. Also, who are mainly in charge of casting, directing, and producing in Hollywood? Mainly non-people of color. So naturally, you're going to cast and write stories mainly for those who look like you. It's not rocket science. Hollywood has gotten to a point, a digital point, where they do not want to be challenged. Plus, they hate negative feedback. And look, I think they should put out whatever they want to without overreach from audiences and stand on it. But they are so afraid because the internet has the ability to disregard the full picture, meaning creating a narrative or changing the narrative, whether it's true or not. And how I think this is affecting black roles is that Hollywood is making way for people that are biracial in a racially ambiguous way, who aren't held to the same standard of someone that's black within the black community. In general, leading roles in Hollywood are dominated by white actors. And when we look at some of the leading roles for quote unquote black people in recent times, they aren't black but biracial people. Take Zendaya, for example. She's everywhere and in leading roles as well. She just wrapped Euphoria. She's in the Dune franchise. She's in Spider-Man. She was in The Challengers and the drama alongside Robert Pattinson. There's
Yeah.
Tyreek Withers, who's a big name in the horror genre. And I'm not policing blackness here or blaming these people as they all deserve to be busy. And I have no problem with them. What I'm saying is Hollywood will project biracial black actors because they have more freedom to not get checked by the black audience. They'll be linked romantically with a white spouse on screen to little to no backlash, get portrayed as certain roles we consider stereotypes, such as the Jezebel with ease, or queer characters because less stock is placed in them. So in other words, they have more freedom to do their job, which is acting. I feel like we've gotten so allergic to be uncomfortable, in my opinion, and I think from advertising to a marketing level, Hollywood doesn't want to deal with that. For example, y'all see how they did Tiana Taylor, a black woman, for, after she was paired with two white men sexually in last year's One Battle After Another. People said she played the Jezebel, and I already talked about this in another video, but I stand by what I said, which is that the Jezebel, an extremely complex character, exists in real life, and her story deserves to be told as well. Anyway, people said Tiana Taylor sold her soul, and she set black women back, the whole 9 yards. Basically, everybody started doing their best Black China's mom impersonation. All because Homegirl won a Golden Globe. I also remember people getting really upset and questioned whether if a certain scene in HBO's It, Welcome to Derry, was relevant or necessary. The quote-unquote black illegal gathering scene where white supremacists burned down the building in episode 7. People felt like their trigger meter got too high in response to the scene and felt like they were did dirty personally. Even in Euphoria, when the Nazis called Alamo the N-word, people got very upset, which is understandable, but people felt like that should not have been included. Like, it's just a show, it's just a TV show. Not that this should be a new trend in Hollywood, but it very much makes sense considering who the character is.
Oh.
God knows.
Hollywood's downsizing is creating a chain of events where black actors are fighting each other, fighting for scraps that is controlled by who
It's
exactly.
so sad.
And it's also disappointing to
I'm
see
like, where
people
should I
fall for the
start?
traps and not being able to see what's really going on. I don't think the issues within Hollywood right now is anyone's fault but Hollywood. When you face the reality that it's even significantly cheaper to film in other states or outside the US, it makes you go, maybe the
I
system
don't know
was
if I want to
designed to
arch it
crash,
or make
you
it
know? The
thin.
belief that black British actors
think I'm
are
just
better
gonna-
is merely propaganda that has been institutionalized, passed down from one class to another. It's a psyop. I see some saying, oh, Hollywood employs, black people outside of America because they are controlled better. And while I can try to see that point, it simply doesn't hold up because while sure, Hollywood is an American institution, it has transcended the American border a long time ago. It's very much a super machine. And those in the shadows running this machine sees only dollar signs who never really cared about black people in general. What do you think, love? I am Don, your pop culture grandpa, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye, Grandma.
Tampax Radiant gives you more leak-free periods than other tampons.
Never do the stupid idea where the internet is dangerous. The way I found out.
They thought it was a group chat, but the court just called it a conspiracy. Here's the update that changes everything. I can't remember the date, but about 2 months ago, we covered 2 idiotic high school girls who were giggling in the back of a police car where they were recounting exactly how they planned to murder their classmate. I'm Jessica Kaysen, and I'm on the case like Nancy Grace, because her ass don't play up in this motherfucking place.
She wrote it up the best. I cannot even take credit for that with a straight face. Ready? This is Alex Murdoch speaking. Mags and Paw Paw have been talking to Roro, Stanky Leg, Little Jimmy, and Fathead, who heard about the pills from Handsome and Dibble Dabble, who told Bus Bus and M, who threatened to call the Popo on the talkie-talkie.
He usually gets me in court. Hey, why you have these drives with this little boy? Sorry. You're not a little boy. He's older than you. No, he's not. Well, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's older than you. It's not some little boy. They can't say, it's the little boy. This older boy who's abusing me.
Yeah, I think in my dreams he told me that he wanted me to kill him. So I think it's only fair, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god, I almost laughed and I almost peed myself. Oh my God.
Dude, when they were interviewing me for the swatting, they kept on saying this dude's user, and it was 10th Love Diddy, and every time they would say Diddy, I laugh. If he finds out you're in jail. My family isn't probably going to even visit me.
Law and Crime just gave us an update letting us know that one of the young ladies, Isabella Valdez, to be specific, wrote the courts a letter saying, listen, Lindas, I don't know what I was thinking and what I was doing. I didn't intend to do what I was giggling about in the back of that police car. Y'all know I didn't even do that. So y'all even got me sitting up in this jail. Mind you, when we watched the body cam footage last time, Isabella shared with us that she was responsible for the children at her mother's home, her siblings.
Man, I don't even fucking care.
I'll visit you, okay?
Huh?
I'll visit you.
I'll
visit you. When I'm out. Before you.
I just have to clean up my siblings' shit because my mom would be sleeping and my sister, she would literally take her diaper off and she would put it all over her bed.
Oh.
Dude, and before, I think there was like a year ago or two, that she would go while my mom was cooking or while she was doing something, she would take her diaper off and she would pee on her bed. Like, she would literally spread her legs open on her bed and pee.
Your siblings are wild.
I know. And my brother keeps on humping everything now.
No.
My mom tells him to stop and he just keeps on doing it. And then he goes into my closet because I sleep with my sister. I think I told you, right?
Yeah.
He goes into my closet and he puts on my sister's bathing suit. Oh, you're so older brother, Corey. Look at them over there.
Because her mother worked so much. So she was kind of laughing about it. It was like, I don't know what my mom's going to do because I'm not going to be home to help her with the kids. And she also said the police would take her phone. She was going to hide it at first, but she went ahead and gave it to them because she already knew they were going to take it. Well, now it's came up that she got child porn up in that phone. And I'm going to tell you this. I bet it's because her mom left her unsupervised far too long up in that house with them children. She started having thoughts, urges, and she didn't have nobody to talk to, no outlet, because her mama thought that was her baby daddy that was sitting up in that house watching them kids. And, allegedly they got inspired by the killer Sandy Hook and thought they could go ahead, murder somebody. And then all of a sudden he gonna come back to life.
Hungry Root makes sticking to my anti-inflammatory diet so easy. I just started an anti-inflammatory diet.
Girl.
2 Seminole County high schoolers accused of plotting to kill a classmate are now charged as adults. Both faced a judge this afternoon after being transferred to the Seminole County Jail. Police say an anonymous tip that Isabel Valdez, who goes by Jimmy, planned to kill another student at Lake Brantley High. Valdez was pulled out of class, and that's when Valdez showed deputies a knife and trash bags. Valdez apparently told investigators they planned to kill the student because he reminded them of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooter and wanted to form a blood bond. Deputies also arrested Lois Lippert, who they say was Valdez's best friend. Deputies say Lippert bought the supplies and sharpened the knife.
Pecan 911, what's the location of the emergency?
Sandy Hook School. I think there's somebody shooting in here. Sandy Hook School.
Okay, what makes you think that?
Because somebody's got a gun. I saw a glimpse of somebody. They're running down the hallway.
Okay.
They're still running. They're still shooting. Sandy Hook School, please.
I wish I was up in that jury because I'd be having faces like, is this the best that you could do? Oh, you want me to think you this stupid, huh? Hell no. And see, that's the problem with a lot of these children today. They think we think they stupid. No, you're real smart. That's why I'm going to treat your ass like an adult because you knew exactly what you was doing, was sitting up in that back. We're probably not even going to get that much time.
They went to his phone? No, they're going to go to his phone. Oh my God.
Wow, they really thought.
What are you doing? He's gonna be arrested too.
What?
So they were gonna murder like a boy from their school. Huh? Like, oh. Yeah, they were planning like to sacrifice him because the boy reminded them of the Sandy Hook shooter. And they want to like just to like so his spirit can come back on the little boy and stuff. And they're but so they basically the on the cops' car when they got arrested because someone snitched out because one of them told somebody and somebody called the cops. Is like, yo, like this is gonna happen. I'm not sure if it's for real, but like I think you should know. And basically they got snitched out and they got arrested at the school and they're like, oh my God, we probably won't do that much time because teenagers being dumb and whatever. Right? And they basically started snitching out on each other on the car. And the girl with the curly hair, she basically has kiddie porn on her phone, and she's gonna go down for that. Aside from like attempted murder, she's also gonna go down for like illegal porn, and she's gonna be trial as an adult because she's like 14, 15 years old and stuff. So yeah. Crazy shit.
Got to do is pull video footage where you guys specifically are saying how you plan to tell the jury why you weren't in your right mind when you did this type of thing. A defense lawyer for them, whichever one of them get a defense attorney, the team gonna have to really try and find a reason to let these girls off with a light sentence. Now, when it comes to the child porn charges, that's embarrassing for her. Oh, I know that's embarrassing, especially if it's one of her siblings and that comes out in court.
Accused of planning a murder at school.
Dude, I was gonna do my makeup this morning for the mugshot.
But more worried about how they look in handcuffs. Why a judge says these two need to stay behind bars.
Oh, girl.
New details at 5. These 2 Lake Brantley High School students are going to stay behind bars. They're accused of plotting to kill a classmate. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. The 2 girls appeared before a judge today.
hey, at least they were gonna see me some way or another in the mugshot.
That shocking footage.
Spoke today saying that their daughter needs help.
Hungry.
John Luann, and they told the judge that they were going to try to arrange to get her some mental health resources if she were to be released from custody. But after watching that video and hearing testimony, the judge ultimately decided that she could not grant them bond.
Moments after their arrest,
They thought they was getting ready to be kicking it. That judge looking at this. Okay, and they thought we okay. Right. Oh, so this is funny to them. This little jokey joke to them. I already know we're about to do to your ass.
giggles are heard from these two teens. Their conversations are something prosecutors are calling disturbing.
I think in my dreams he told me that he wanted me to kill him. So I think it's only fair.
I kind of forgot that she said that. You know what that sounds like to me? She's going to convince herself that anybody who she's ready to unalive is saying, hey, I want you to unalive me. Anybody, which means everybody in her damn head. She get about 23, 24. She's still sitting behind bars. She's going to be like, why did I even say that? Why did I do that?
No.
14-year-old Lois Lippert and 15-year-old Isabel Valdez are accused of planning to kill another student
14,
at Lake
15.
Brantley High School. Prosecutors say their plot was all in order to resurrect a school shooter. A report reveals that Valdez wanted a connection with Sandy Hook school shooter Adam Lanza. Prosecutors say messages between Valdez and other classmates indicated she had an obsession with the victim.
For reasons that are frankly just...
Because they be in there, they be watching that true crime by themselves. Y'all see that new thriller that just came out called Obsession? The news was talking about it and talk to your children about it because it was so eerie and weird. I ain't watched the movie, but I had to ask my niece, girl, you ain't thinking of nothing, is you? You ain't thinking of doing nothing crazy because we can only save you from so much, honey, okay?
I don't know what the word is, just beyond...
Got to be on them. She obsessed with Sandy
The state
Hook.
argued that both the teens are a threat to the community, including the alleged victim and other students at Lake Brantley High School. And the defense told the judge the video points to possible mental health concerns and asked for bond so they could get treatment.
Ms. Valdez is a 15-year-old child, and being in solitary can cause worse conditioning within